morning, everyone. This is Captain Gilbert Lee, speaking from Taipei, Taiwan. As the writer of the Close Quarter Collision Avoidance, maybe you are hard to believe, but I already studied on this subject about 18 years. So let's go through detail of the Sanchi's case in each minute and every statement, and at every stage what action we can take to help him clear the situation and understand the root cause. And the most important is to understand what we are lacking. We didn't have the knowledge, skill, and experience on these things. Every time any instant collision happens, the company say we should learning from the history, from the case study. But once again, only the collision avoidance rule was quoted and nothing new. Nobody dedicated to this area but me. You know why I've been thinking about this, why these things happen. The company's rule, standard operation procedure, and all the warnings letter about the case happen only raise our attention, make us more alert, standing on our toes at the bridge. But what is the really knowledge, skill, and experience was not mentioned. Nobody did this. Okay, let's check on the statement of the Sanchi's 3rd May at the time of 1936. That was 14 minutes before the collision. Let's see what he said. At this time, Sanchi was on the course 358, speed 10.4 knots, and the CF Crystal was at the range of 5.3 nautical miles. So this is first expression of the collision. The range between 4 nautical miles to 8 nautical miles is the action range. That means once you find there was a collision risk, you should take action by the given giveaway vessel, that is motor vessel Sanchi. But the problem is he have another vessel on her starboard side. That is Jiandaiyo 03187, calling the Sanchi on VHF number 16. At this time, the cursor of the radar of Sanchi shift to Jiandaiyo, this fishing vessel, and shortly afterward, a visual AIS warning was showing on the radar screen. Both vessels' speed vector changed to color red, and there were AIS collision warning sign on the lower right side. So these two vessels was on the collision risk. But the 3rd May didn't have this habit to keep the dangerous targets on the APAS floating mode. So maybe this is major deficiency, because in the maneuvering to avoid the collision, both the speed and the course will change continuously. So if you cannot use the APA to help you to understanding the situation, we cannot, by using only the cursor on the target, to remember the bearing and the distance of the target at all times. Especially there was 2 vessels at the screen, have to take care at the same time. So At least, as I recommend, you should use the EBL line to help you give you a basic guideline of how the collision situation is right now. Now I enlarge the picture of the radar. You can see the one cursor laying down the closer vessel on ship start side. So if you have studied the talk I did before in this case, I recommend you use 2 EBL to mark each target, and the second target with the light yellow color is on the bearing of 035. I always say don't remember the collision risk by the digital. You should remember it with the visual help from the electric bearing line. These 2 electric bearing lines was to helping us to realize the collision risk only by one look to understand. Right now the time is 40 minutes before the collision, so only by the speed vector of 9 minutes length we cannot decide does we have collision risk with these 2 targets or not. So there was an easy solution. We can change the speed vector's length to 15 minutes to assess the collision risk. So that's what we say for getting the early collision warning. You don't need to make the APAS plotting 8 to give you the data computed by the computer. We can use the collision stick. The collision stick is what we say the speed vector of each target. Right now the speed vector is setting 9 minutes length. If we switch to 15 minutes, then we can understand does we have the collision risk. On this radar screen, I don't need to adjust the speed vector length to 15 minutes. I can judge from here that these 2 targets were passing on ship's astern, because I understand what is the collision point. Who arrived in the collision point earlier? The collision point is 2 vessels collision stick speed vector cross each other, like the point on this picture. This purple point is 2 vessels collision stick were crossing each other. By the picture right now, these 2 ships is about to arrive in the collision point at the same time. That is collision risk. But for another vessel, in the light green speed vector, this vessel will arrive in the same purple spot later. How many later? By the end of the stick, we measure the span, then compare with his own speed vector's length. We get it's about half time of the speed vector, which now was 9 minutes. And for this vessel, we're passing the collision spot at what? 4 and 5 minutes after on-ship passing this spot. But on-ship right now have the collision risk with the purple collision stick vessel. Okay, last picture was for the demonstration of the collision point. It's not the case right now. We have 1936. In this picture 1936, it's obvious these two vessels were arriving collision spot later than on ship. So both vessels actually have no collision risk right now, even if the APA gives the AIS collisions warning. I don't know what the AIS collision warning criteria is, but in this picture there was no collision case right now. So what actually happened is these two vessels on the starboard side all changed the course to their starboard side. That's why prolonged on-ship arriving time to the collision point. Their course change also changed the collision point of two vessels. We will talk about this case in next talk. So see you again. Bye bye.
Super belle, je dors plus la nuit. Je fais des voyages sur des bateaux qui font naufrage. Je te vois toute nue sur du satin et j'en dors plus. Viens me voir demain. Mais tu n'es pas là. Et si je rêve, tant pis. Quand tu t'en vas, je dors plus la nuit. Mais tu n'es pas là. Et tu sais, j'ai envie d'aller là-bas, la fenêtre en face, et de visiter ton paradis. Je mets tes photos dans mes chansons et des voiliers dans ma maison. Je voulais me tirer, mais je me tire plus. Je vis à l'envers, j'aime plus ma rue. J'avais